Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Tesla today. This is my buddy Rafiki. If you hear any funny noises in the background, that's just his brother coughing up a hairball for some reason. I'm sorry it's happening right now, but damn it, it's my bedtime, and I have things to do before I go to bed, and this is one of them. So, hairballs or not, Mufasa, Rafiki cuddling on me or not, we are talking about Tesla today. So hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys. Let's get into it, okay? Here we are, sitting at about $403 right now. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, no, not the 4-hour. We don't want that on stocks. Looking at the daily time frame here, a rather robust looking RSI. I love this, man. It looks so good. Very neutral trend here, absolutely neutral, and you've gone on this very subtle, low key that as time has gotten on, it's gotten more bullish kind of readings of a uptrend in your RSI. So daily time frame looking great there, man. Weekly time frame, if we look at this weekly RSI. I also like the weekly RSI, yeah. Getting higher highs in your RSI is never a bad thing. And you are doing things different, right? You're not just prodding into the overbought zone, prodding into it here, right? You're actually living in it, right? Reminiscent of the kind of readings that we saw back here, which I would assume were, yes, you guessed it, in the last bit of your kind of expansive phases here. So doing that, seeing similar readings now, and we're expanding and getting to new all-time highs, it makes me think, man. It makes me think that we are on we're on the brink right now of just something like this, like an overall move, right? Because we zoom out, we look at this. This all started after a very long phase of accumulation or consolidation, whatever, right? It all started right there. You back tested, you pull back right here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. You pulled back at your low there and found support at previous areas of resistance. Right now, what you're doing, it's a little bit less intense, but so is your pump up, right? This pullback is a lot less intense than that pullback, but this pump up was a lot more intense than this pump up was here. You're finding support now at previous areas of resistance, right? On your weekly RSI, you look bullish as hell. You could go a little bit lower. It's fine if you do. It'd be fine if this week was red. You could go a little bit lower and still be fine. But one way or another, if it's this week or next week or the week after, Tesla's undeniably going to move higher, guys. I very much doubt that you see any week close below, any given week probably close below like 370. You're at 403 now. This week could very well be bullish. Let's look at the daily time frame and just get back to this here. I would think you move up because you bounced off of your 40. If this were to be a trend, you're kind of at the low end of this parallel trend going up. I would just think you go up based off of that, right? Long-standing kind of trend you've been in since January of 2024 for like literally a year, right? You're at the base of that, bouncing off the 40, which is very bullish, okay? The last time that you bounced off the 40 over here, I mean, look at what it did to you. Look at what it did to you. You might be doing something similar to that now. You might be moving up to anything above $500. You're at $400 now. In fact, your next target areas would be, let's see. I'm going to use your high to low of this overall range that you've been in for years. And then I'm also going to use the relative high to low here of July 2023 to the low that you had in April. Okay. Let's see. 1618 hit, nice. So you probably respect this going forward. You also respected the 886 kind of this move and the golden ratio. I expect you respect both of them. The 1886, so look at this. You hit the 1618 on this fib. I'll delete this fib here, okay? We delete this. The 1618, when you break above the 1618, the next area to look for, nope, that's that's not what I meant to do. The next area to look for would be the 1886, which is at about $591, man. You're at $403. Your next target is $600, guys. And it's technically the 1886 to the 200. This area, it's like a range. So literally, as defined by me, your gracious host, the great C-Zar. No, I don't know, man. That felt kind of lame actually. But 645 to 591 would be your range. That's the given target range of the next move. Now, you could exceed that. You don't have to stop there just because it's your next given fib kind of zone. Doesn't mean you have to stop there. You could exceed it. But likely, I would think that this next move would have some kind of consolidation. If not at least at 645 to 591. You know, if you bypass that, you'd probably stop around 795. I doubt you just make a beeline run all the way up to $1,000. It might feel like that month after month. I'm assuming we will. Sorry, we will go there. We will definitely go there. I assume we will, but it might take, this right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks consolidation. We move up here, that might take another 5 weeks, and then it takes another 7 weeks of consolidation, or 3 weeks, or who knows how long, and then it takes another 10 weeks to move up. Like it could literally take to the end of the year just to get to $800, let alone $1,000, right? It can take some time, because this right here, again, if you associate it with the time frame down here, that's the end of the year, November, December, right? This line right here, that's the end of the year, right there. That's it. So based on that, if you associate this with the end of the year, I feel like that's a rather slow trajectory, but $1,000 by the end of this year, I think, is a good kind of assumption to make. Certainly, I would expect you're above 800 by the end of the year. I don't think you'll move at this pace the whole time, right? You're not going to move at this pace. So that's why that's why I kind of moved you sideways a little bit. I think you're moving at this pace now because it's the initial breakout of this overall consolidation phase that you've been in for literally years, right? I think you're moving at this pace now because it's the breakout move. I don't expect you'll continue this pace forever, right? So does that make sense whenever I'm talking about the price potentially doing something like this? I don't know. We look at Tesla here. We go back and you can see kind of exactly what I'm talking about. You break out of this consolidation phase and boom, look at that pace. Super fast. And then it dies off. Still fast, but the slope is dramatically lessened. You break out of this, boom, look at that pace, man. It's phenomenal. And to be completely fair, you actually did keep up that pace. You kept up that pace a lot. It does look like the slope died down a little bit, kind of, but if you were to do something similar to what you did in the 2019 to 2021 times, then maybe $1,000 by the end of the year is not really so much a target. It might be $1,000 by the end of July, maybe $1,500 or more by the end of the year. Who knows? But definitely some high prospects. I want to look at the daily time frame. I want to do some short-term stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, what's this next move going to look like? Where's it going to be? I feel like I've answered all those questions, but let's just kind of go over some short-term stuff. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame here, I think it's safe to assume you've probably found a low. If Tesla goes lower, it's going to be an insignificant amount lower than this low, if it were to go lower than that low, but I don't think it does go lower than this low. I think you move up from here. By the end of this week, which would be the 17th of January, I could see you're at 403. I could see you being at 440 to 450. You could be at 460 to 470. At a minimum, I would think you're around 427. You're at 403 now. At a minimum, I would think around 427 by the end of the week, but likely around 440 to 450 by the end of the week, with the maximum potential of 460 to 473. By the end of the month, I would assume you are at, if not near, your current all-time highs. I would assume that you're at new all-time highs or near, so something around 480 to 500 by the end of this month. And then going into February, going into the end of February, if not even like the end of March, I would suspect that you're at these prices around 577 to 688 by the end of March. By the end of February, probably most likely by the end of February, unless you continue to grow. Tesla, I know, is very affiliated with crypto. It's not affiliated with crypto. I shouldn't say that, but I feel like it runs with crypto more or less to a certain degree. You know, Elon's not he's not like the biggest crypto guy, but he's got a lot of love in the crypto space. A lot of people, I feel like, are looking to Tesla to start adopting Bitcoin again, or adding that as part of their treasury, stuff like that, right? So with that, you might see Tesla kind of linked to Bitcoin. And not only that, they do still hold Bitcoin, right? They never sold any of their Bitcoin treasury from back in 2020, 2021. So they still hold it. So it makes sense that they might run in tandem together a little bit. I'm just trying to say by this last part, it's completely possible, even though they do run in tandem. I expect most of the crypto markets to top off in February. Not top off. Top off, yes, but it's not the all-time high. Just like momentarily top off, right? Like what we've done for the last month and a half. Just have a little consolidation party. I expect that to happen in February. That doesn't necessarily mean Tesla has to consolidate. It could run further. It doesn't have to do its similar things to the crypto markets. But if you, at all throughout this run, announce that you're going to start incorporating Bitcoin back into your treasury, you're going to start buying it again, Tesla's on the open markets for Bitcoin, you probably would see, first off, an immediate spike in the price. That'd probably be very bullishly received, but you'd also see this running more in tandem with crypto than it already is, which is pretty in tandem, to be completely fair. But anyways, guys, I'm rambling at this point. I got nothing else for you. I think it's all very